Can you hear me?
Yep.
I think I need another earphone because I'm hearing this tapping noise in my ear. Are you hearing it?
No.
Okay. We're not recording on. Oh,
We definitely are.
hey, girl. Hey,
Hey, boo.
how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Dang, I'm struggling, man.
Oh, you're struggling? What's wrong?
It's just been a rough 2 weeks. Like, it's been a lot going on. This weekend, I was in North Carolina. It was super lit. Went to my husband's LB, or line brother. He got married. And it was just like so beautiful, so lit, so turned up. It made me want to have another damn wedding. I feel like I need to do a redo while I'm not pregnant. So, but yeah. And I
I
got
see your
to
kid's sick.
look, and that's what I meant. That's why I was saying I need to get my life together, because before I went to the wedding last week, my daughter contracted strep throat.
Mm-hmm.
Real cute, super contagious. So went to the doctor. She literally missed like 3 or 4 days of school last week, like super crazy. So no perfect attendance for you, boo. But got the medicine. She's good. Come back from North Carolina. My son like has this cough and loses his voice. So I'm just like, fuck. Like it looks like what he had a couple months ago, but I don't know. Kylie just had strep, so I don't know if maybe strep is has different, what am I trying symptoms?
Right,
For
for
other,
different people.
yeah. So I was like, fuck, let me take him to the damn doctor and see what's going on. They was like, no, it's not strep. They did the strep test and confirmed that it's not strep, it's croup, which he had like a couple months ago. So for that, since it's a virus, they just give you not an antibiotic, a steroid, because of the whole throat swelling is a part of the virus. So the steroid helps with that, and he's starting to get his voice back already, even though it's kind of enjoying him being quiet. But now, some hours later, I'm hurt. Like, I'm struggling right now. Like, I feel like I'm coming down with something. And of course, of all the days and all the weeks, I actually have to be at work tomorrow. Look at God. God, like, you've been home for a minute. Let's see how bad you want this job. How you gonna push through?
Yikes.
So, yeah, super annoyed, because now they about to start getting back to their best life. And here I am, the caregiver, needing some care to be given. But how was your weekend, love? You like that segue?
So I turned into the soccer mom this weekend, apparently,
Uh-oh.
because the kids wanted to go out, because I guess they're at this stage where they want to have a social life outside of school.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked up 2 or 3 girls. We went to the mall. Another girl met us at the mall, and we were in the mall for 3-4 hours.
Ooh.
I'm trying to understand how we at the mall for 3 or 4 hours. It's with one kid who literally only had $10. And you know what?
We used to do that
early.
back in the day. Well, at my age, we did. I don't know. I'm not gonna speak for everybody else. Some kind of old.
Y'all used to do what back in the day?
Hang out at the mall. We used to be at City Place for hours.
With $10?
I mean, enough to get something from the food court.
Oh, okay.
And maybe a single cassette.
Okay, so that sounds like a little more than $10. Listen, all I'm saying is, you know your kid. So I'm not here to shade nobody, baby. But
send them with more money.
Shorty wanted a pretzel, then wanted Chick-fil-A,
Also,
then wanted yogurt.
Oh, see, that's different. Like, when I was saying hang at the mall, I meant like with my friends, not like I'm going with my friends' parents and then like expect me to buy them the world. Like, nah, that's petty.
I didn't feel comfortable letting them, traverse through the mall by themselves. So I kind of will walk further back, let them do them.
Well, yeah, they're a younger age too.
Yeah,
so.
let them walk in the store. I kind of just hang out, sit out on the bench or whatever out in the hallway until they're about to go to another store, unless that store was in the same vicinity, and then I would just keep sitting.
Right.
But again, I mean, I didn't end up buying anything because one of the other girls ended up buying her all this extra stuff. But it was just like, like my kid is greedy as hell. So I already know $10 it's not gonna cut it because she like to go to Chick-fil-A and get 2 chicken sandwiches.
Dog, that alone, your money is gone. You ain't even got no drink yet.
Right. There's your $10. Right. So yeah. But that was basically it. Oh, I did a whole bunch of meal prepping on Sunday, like spent hours in the kitchen. And so earlier when JT left, because JT is the one that likes to cook, so he does most of the cooking, and my daughter likes his food or whatever. She doesn't like mine because I put peppers and onions and garlic and
it's all delicious.
Thank you. But she doesn't like any of that, and I'm not about to change my recipes up because you childish. Like, I don't have time. So when he left, I was like, well, I guess you're about to get popping with these frozen dinners, because if you think I'm about to make 2 separate meals, like, you're out of your fucking mind.
Right.
But then somebody was like, oh my God, that's so unhealthy. It has so much sodium, da 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 da. So I was like, okay, I'm going to start cooking for her again. So again, I meal prep all this stuff. We got 4 different things to eat. She eats one of the things, like I made like this steak thing. She liked that. Then I made salmon, stuffed peppers, and this chicken. And the chicken had like cream cheese, regular cheese, and bacon on it. So
that's
good.
keto.
Yes. So good. She didn't like it though. So I was like, well, JT will be back in a month. So I think you can survive off these frozen dinners until then. Because if you think that I'm about to be slaving in the kitchen for you to be ungrateful.
Like, nah, I'm not feeling it.
Like, all of us this week, she don't like salmon, even though we literally had salmon 2 weeks ago, and she was saying that it bangs. And I was like, but I literally make the same salmon. Like, it's the same
it's
thing.
No different seasonings.
Nothing. It's the same thing. And I know that she wasn't just saying she liked it because she went and got seconds. So,
right. So it wasn't just to make you feel good. She actually banged with it.
Right. So I was just like, okay, I don't have time for that. And then the other thing, she was like, well, I don't like peppers, so I don't know why you would make stuffed peppers. And I was like, but you didn't even try it, so you don't know. Because when I bake my stuffed peppers, I actually put the peppers in this sauce so that the pepper absorbs some of that flavor, so it doesn't just taste like a random ass pepper.
Right.
So I was like, you didn't even try it though, so you don't know if it's good or not. She's like, well, no, I don't like it. So fucking eat your Murray's chicken patties because I'm fucking done. Yes, I know that's really early on this good, bad, and release, but that was my weekend. But you see what happens when you're the caregiver. Okay, sorry.
Look, as you guys have heard in our opening statements, but for real, like, being the caregiver, we got a lot of stress on us. Like, it's a lot going on. Like, and that's what we're talking about on this episode 56. So if you're a loyal listener, then you know that one of the shows that both me and Shay like is Married to Medicine. We was super fucking excited when this season started, and as always, we are locked in every week. So this is, correct me, about the 2nd week in a row that we have not been fucking feeling Contessa's husband, Scott,
is that
on
his
the
name?
show. Yeah, Scott.
I thought the nigga name was Paul.
Oh shit.
Same diff.
Same randomness. Right. So basically, for those, I'm not going to assume that all of you guys listen or watch Married to Medicine.
Even though you should.
Even though you definitely fucking should, because it's lit. For those of you who don't watch the show, so a little recap of what the fuck we're talking about, because you're like, I don't know who the fuck Contessa and Scott and what the fuck is going on. So the little chatty recap is Contessa is a doctor, and so is her husband Scott. At one point, Contessa felt like she was working so much that she was missing out on their kids. So I think they have 3 kids. And fairly young age. The youngest looks like they're about 4-ish, and then the oldest about 12. I don't know. I'm guessing something like that, in that range of 3 kids. And Contessa, which is the wife, was like, I'm going to take off. I want to say she did a year. I don't know. But she was like, I'm not going to work. And I'm going to just like basically be a stay-at-home mom. And like, I'm missing all the milestones for my kids. And so she did it. Then she started easing back into work where she was working a couple days a week or taking just a couple of a couple of patients. And then she decided she wanted to change career fields, kind of, sort of. It's still in medical, but it's more like policy and stuff like that. So she would have to get like another master's in order to, pursue this. So I'm assuming, because this was not aired on the show, but just assuming she had a conversation with her husband and explained what she wanted to do. And I'm assuming since she enrolled in that program and started that program, that there was some type of agreement or a okay or a thumbs up or something, because the program is not in her area and is did she say 3 hours away?
I can't remember, but
yeah, but it's not in the same area where they live. So literally she's gone Monday through Friday to do her stuff. Like,
I didn't even think it was Friday. I thought it was like Monday through Thursday, but it could be. Who knows?
Either way, she's for the most part away majority of the week.
Yeah.
Getting her master's for this program for her, career advancement. And then she comes home on those other remaining days, to be with her family and stuff like that. But honey, Dr. Scott.
Paul. Calling that nigga Paul.
Dr. Scott Paul. I guess once he, and I'm assuming here, and we'll deep dive into it, of course, but I'm assuming he realized that the duties of what she was doing ain't as cute or as easy as he thought it was, because he has been huffing and puffing these last 2 episodes, getting snippy, like basically like, I don't know, like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't sign up for this shit to be doing it. He's not cussing, obviously, but I didn't sign up for this shit to be home alone, taking care of the kids. I ain't got to work and blah, blah, blah. Like, I can't do all this by myself. So this is where we are now.
And that is what prompted this week's discussion, because Brother Paul, pissed me the whole fuck off with that shit. Because I'm trying to understand how you didn't sign up to take care of your kids.
Your own birth kids. None of these are adoptive children. They are not stepchildren. They came from your loins. Like, so why the fuck?
What happened? What
do you mean? You didn't sign up for this. You signed up for having children, and you signed up for having a wife.
Like, your sperm was the signature. I'm so confused.
Your fucking children, and you saying you didn't sign up to watch these niggas without her. What? God forbid, what happens? Like, what if she dies? Then what? You giving up custody? I'm so confused. Even though that's not the case, and she's not sick and she's not dying. But I'm saying, like, what do you mean you didn't sign up? You signed up to do whatever it takes to take care of your children and to support your wife, especially if y'all agreed upon that at one point. And now you're reneging because it's not what you thought and it's difficult. Sorry.
And how did you not know that it would be difficult when you have a 4-year-old, let's say 6, 7, 8-year-old, and a 12-year-old? Like, you don't have babies.
You thought that shit was about to be sweet, like.
But how did you not realize that in over a decade that raising kids is difficult?
You don't. So single moms be out here like just talking shit for no reason. Like, it's fucking hard, and y'all are more well off than a lot of other people. So you're not even worried about a money situation. You're just stressing about being tired, I guess. Like, I'm so fucking confused on where this nigga's upset from.
I don't know if you remember, but they had a nanny at first. And then the nanny cussed them out. And then that's when they were like
that first season that she was on there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so after that, they were just like, well, we can do this by ourselves,
Obviously, you need to call old girl back or find a new one. Because look.
Contessa said something that I definitely was like, She was like, if he wanted to do something for his career like this, it would be expected of me to hold him down and take care of the household.
Be supportive, be a supportive wife. And you can't even say, oh, maybe he's feeling a certain kind of way because she has a career. They're both, it's like
They're both
doctors.
doctors.
They're both very well in their profession, like into their profession. Like they're not like new doctors, like one is trying to get, like they are established fucking doctors with patients. So like you said, I'm sure if he wanted to advance his career, like, babe, like I'm really trying to go into X, Y, and Z, she'll be like, oh, I got you, babe. Like you come on, we can like blah blah, I got it. Whatever we need to do to get through this. But the table's being reversed, and now wah 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 wah, like whining every
And
episode.
Heavenly didn't make it any fucking
Dog.
better with
Heavenly
her
and her
goddamn
fake ass, I want to be old school Southern ass. Your place is in the home.
like
And
what?
like, what are you talking about? Like, are we going back like 40 years? Like, I just don't understand. Women can have careers, and men, I'm sure she was in some type of medical school or something when they was dating and got married. So you knew what field she was going in. So if you would rather have a woman that's less focused on her career and should stay at home barefoot, pregnant, cooking and cleaning, then maybe you don't need to marry nobody that's being a damn doctor. Because I'm confused on how that's supposed to go.
Super confused.
Like, and you just expect her to drop her dreams and her career the same way you're driven. I'm sure she was driven to get through all that fucking school to be a goddamn doctor. So why does she have to dim her light when I'm sure he wouldn't?
And that. I don't know if you also, you might not have caught this, but during the super trailer, they end up in counseling this season. Oh, no, and she says something like he is basically filling the kid's head with shit, like making it seem like she's away from them on like because she don't want to be there, instead of explaining like
mommy's trying to do school and stuff like that. It was hard to hear when a little girl was like, mommy, I forget about you. And I'm like, yo, like if she's seeing them every week, I mean, young kids, possible. Right? I know young kids could be dramatic, and I'm sure she's calling the fuck out of them. They got iPhones, it look like, so I'm sure if they don't, they FaceTime or Skyping. They're doing something. I'm sure she in between the time when she's not there. So, like you said, maybe he is filling their head with stuff, and like you know how you'll say something and kids will repeat it. It's like, you know, you're gonna start forgetting your mom after a while. Like she's gone so much, and then here come the 4-year-old probably like, Mom, I forget about you when you're gone.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
Mara's dad and I had 1 week on, 1 week off. So I would have her for a whole week. He would have her for a whole week. She never forgot us, right? In that whole week that she didn't see us.
7 days.
So I just find it hard to believe that 4 or 5 days, not even 4 or 5 whole days, because as you can see, as soon as school is over on that one day, she's in a car on the way home. Right. That you just like, oh, I forget my mom. Like, no, I feel like somebody fed her that. Exactly. And her being a kid, she just kind of ran with it. Exactly. And I'm saying that based on what I saw in the trailer.
Right.
So
that's wild. Like you said, and I don't like how Heavenly, she's the last nigga that she needs to be talking to about that. But like Heavenly just like making it seem, for those who don't listen, Dr. Heavenly is a whole ass doctor as well, and is telling another female doctor like your place is in the home, and what do you mean? Like, so I didn't understand that angle with her being someone who worked so hard to get to where she at in her profession. I don't know, maybe her beliefs are once you get married, then like you don't go any further. Like we riding at this level where we at now.
And this is no shade, but she is a dentist, which is also a doctor. But right. I know that Jackie.
Shout out to my boo. You're a dentist out there listening.
Yeah, I don't want nobody to think that I'm like shading that profession, because I'm never dealing with nobody's nasty ass mouth. Like you got it.
Yeah. And I definitely needed y'all because I had a fucking gap. Thanks to you, I'm fabulous, bitch.
Right. Because I had braces as well. But nah, even Jackie was saying, like, I guess they were having a conversation and Heavenly was saying something like, oh, she had like a short day or an easy day or something like that. And Jackie was like, I don't know what that life is like.
I don't know what it feels like.
So I'm not saying that every dentist lives that life, but from what I see, Heavenly obviously has like a more flexible schedule than Jackie and Simone, and I would assume Contessa as well. So
right. So yeah,
and I don't like Contessa, so the fact that I have to come on here and like be on her
hella
side,
annoying. So guys, like others, she's definitely not one of my favorites on this damn show by any means. Like she's hella fucking annoying. A lot of her points of views I don't fucking understand. But I got your back on this one, sis. Like I'm wholeheartedly feeling your pain that the man that you married, who's in the same profession as you, who I'm sure had to some kind of way agree that, okay, this will be the move and like I'll support you. And because time's getting rough and you don't feel like cooking dinner or like getting the kids ready for school, now which she ended up doing at the end of the episode, she disenrolled from her fucking program. And like she literally only had one more year left. Like
they done guilt tripped her into it.
Dog. But then after she said it, he's like, well, no, I don't want to hear this. Like, nah, it wasn't me. And like, I don't want to hear no guilt trip. But like, dog, you're the reason why she did it. And you know she is. Like, you are. Like, you fucking know that you did all that and you was leaning on her because that's the ultimate goal of what you wanted to do. Because if you wanted her to just push through, you wouldn't be so negative and being like, you need to be home with your kids. Like,
right.
I mean, how can I when I'm in this program 4 days a week? Like, what do you mean? But I saw a post on Contessa's Instagram in the past couple of days where it was a picture of them, and maybe he wasn't paying attention. I could be reading too much into it. He looked like he was upset, but they would drive. He was driving, so maybe he was just focused on the road. I don't know. But her caption was something like, "He might not always like me, but I'll always love him."
Oh, so I was luck like, with that.
I was just like, sis, that sounds like some unequal fuck shit. Like, what are you talking about? He doesn't always like me, but I'll always love him. Nigga, I don't always like you. Like, period. Like, fuck you talking about? Like, he might not always like me, but I'll always love him. That nigga better like and love me.
No
like,
bullshit.
What the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, I don't know if that is like a little hint. Like, maybe when the reunion comes, these niggas ain't together no more. I don't know. Maybe counseling didn't work or what, but I'm not feeling the fact that you are the parent of these children and you feel like it, like, oh, this is too much for me. So like, you need to stop whatever the fuck you're doing and like assume this caregiver position, which for the people that are listening, it's common sense to me, but like, according to family law, the primary caregiver is the parent who has the greatest responsibility for basically like the daily care and rearing of the child.
Which is almost always the mom.
I was about to say always, in most cases, the motherfucking mom. Even though I actually personally know a couple of guys who have like, they're the primary caregiver for their children, like, and are married. Like, not like I'm a single dad. Like, nah, like they're married, which is crazy because it's normally not like that. It's normally 99.9% the fucking mother.
So I'm gonna put my business out there per usual. You know, nothing new here. New. But so I wouldn't call myself a single mother because my daughter's father is very much in her life, very active. Like I said, when we lived closer, because she went to a charter school, she wasn't like attached to a school that was near either one of us. We had to drive her to that school. So he would have her for one whole week. I would have her for one whole week. And we were responsible for whatever the care we chose to give her in our home.
Right.
So this is no shade, baby daddy, in the event that you listen to this one day. But baby daddy was living with his parents until he went out and bought his house. Smart move, you know, stacked his money. Then he went out. He didn't waste it on an apartment. He went straight into a home. But I always felt like, you know, when she was at my house, I was her one and only caregiver because it was just me in my home.
Right.
He had his mom, his dad, his sister up until she went to college. Like, so
a lot of hands to help you.
Yeah, I'm not saying he wasn't the primary caregiver. I will say he still works a lot, you know, because he was trying to save up for the house. So like, I know for a fact his mom helps a lot with like taking her to school, you know, picking her up, blah, 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 blah. Whereas in my situation, my mama ain't doing none of that shit. So it was literally just me. And so my beef, like one time when me and him were not on good terms, my dad sent him a gift for Christmas on some like, thanks for being a great dad type shit. And I was like, first of all, why the fuck are we congratulating this nigga for being a dad?
Doing his job.
Like, he's supposed to be a good dad. If he, you know, he didn't ask me to get an abortion. So he obviously wanted this
child.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why we're getting kudos for that, because ain't nobody gave me a high five, a sticker, or nothing.
None of that.
But my point that I made for like probably the first 7 years of her life was like, I am doing everything on my own on this end. I don't have no fucking help. I don't have no help. I don't have no.
If I need a nap, it's nobody.
There's
gonna
nobody
watch the kids
there.
real quick.
So as far as I am concerned, I was the primary caregiver, because I know for sure what I was doing on my end was all me.
More strenuous than what was going on when you had 3 other hands to help.
Right. Then, you know, my husband, he doesn't have any children, and I go back and forth, mostly back, with, I don't want any more kids. And a big part of that is because at the end of the day, I would end up being the primary caregiver. Not because he wouldn't be a good father, because I think that he would, but he's in the Navy. So he is gone a lot. He's been gone now since March 31st. We're in October, you know what I mean? So I would be the one that has to take care of this child day in and day out while he's gone. And then even when he is home, his schedule just changes whenever the Navy wants it to change. And it's like, I don't know if I am mentally equipped to deal with like a baby, an infant, a toddler,
without someone else that's going to consistently be there.
Yes, my daughter is 12, so she is basically, you know, pretty self-sufficient. But starting over and not having the support that I want to have in the house with a newborn is like one of the reasons why I'm just like, I don't want no fucking kids. Like, maybe when you get out, but shit, when he get out, we're gonna be old. So who was trying to start over then? So, and I mean, there's a number of reasons why I wanted him to get out of the Navy, that being one of them. So I feel like a lot of times, even in 2-parent homes, there's still a primary caregiver. Like in the case of the show, you know, obviously it was Contessa, because for some reason the dad didn't know, like, yeah, nigga, it's kind of difficult to try to get ready for work, get your kids ready for school, come home after a long motherfucking day, have to cook for them, have to help them with their homework, have to get them bathed, take, you know, in the bed, take them to activities if you need to, and then try to find a quiet moment for yourself. Yes, nigga, that's hard. But like moms are doing that every day. Facts. And you're bitching because you have to sacrifice for 2 years.
Right. 2 years and only like 4 or 5 days out of the week. Right. So not even like 2 years straight and you never see her. Like, she's there every weekend, my G. Like, every weekend. But I feel like, I mean, I'm nowhere near close a fucking doctor by any means, but like, I feel like it's kind of similar with my situation. Like, we have 2 kids and we're married and we're in the same household, but I would consider myself the primary caregiver of both kids. And it's not that he doesn't do anything, because he definitely, I mean, he will feed them something. He will, you know, change a diaper if I instruct him. But you know, but I mean, what I'm saying is he does other stuff around the house and with the kids, but I would still consider myself the primary caregiver, because I'm taking them both to school. I'm picking them both up from school unless something happens or I'm sick as hell and just physically can't do it. Like, I feel like this is going to sound super bad, but after having kids as a mom, I personally felt like I gave up more of my normal routine of a life, and my husband didn't. Like, he can still go to the gym 5 days a week. Not that I was going to the gym 5 days a week, but what I'm saying is, like, it seems like life goes on is normal for husbands. In my case, I'm not going to speak for everybody. In my case, but I just feel like I do more of the day to day. When it comes to, I have a question about my homework, it's always, let me ask mommy, can I do this? I'm also the discipliner. So I'm also the one who's handing out ass whoopings and cussings out. So, like, that's me. So it's just, I'm the good guy and the bad guy. And not that he doesn't do anything, but out of the day-to-day responsibilities and that sort of thing, like how family law, how they, you know, who has the greatest responsibility basically for the daily care.
Right.
That would be me. Like, and it seems like that is the case all the time
with a lot of people, especially the women that I know. Like, when our kids get sick, we are staying at home with the kids most of the
Right.
time.
The guys aren't taking off work for the sick kids. It's not happening. It's the mom.
I mean,
the doctor's appointments.
Yes, all that. Like, you know, when, and so I'm in another different kind of situation because I'm married to someone. And so he is not her father. So we had disagreements because I can understand not wanting to overstep your boundaries, but we all sat down, me, him, and Mars' dad. We all had a conversation about what those boundaries are. And as far as her dad is concerned, he just didn't want that nigga to put his hands on her. Like, like if she is acting up like that to the point where she needs hands laid on her, I can do it or her dad can do it.
Right.
And, you know,
no, that makes sense.
Outside of that, you know, and the obvious, like, don't be no creep ass nigga because we'll kill you.
Right,
shit.
that part.
You know, everything else is pretty much like, yeah, cuss her ass out if she fucking up. So
get her in line.
Yeah. So me and him would have disagreements because it's like she would literally be talking back, and now I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, and you just kind of sitting there. And I was like,
I need you to back me.
Yes, I need support. Especially we were in California, thousands of miles away from her dad. Now we're, you know, near Virginia Beach, still not near her dad. So it's like you're in the home and you see that she got an attitude. Figure. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, I need you to say something. I don't want to just be the bad guy all the time, true? I don't want to be the bad guy all the time, and I don't want to feel like I'm crazy. I'm yelling and shit, and everybody else just looking at me while I'm pissed off, like I'm just yelling for no fucking reason.
I'm also feeling that pain because even when they do step in, I feel like we need to teach these guys, and maybe it's just a matter of a conversation, a stern conversation. They need to be taught how to step in, because I know my husband, he'll be like, you heard what your mother said, you don't want to get in trouble. Like, so it ain't like I'm like, I don't know, and maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it's like when you say it like that, come on, do what your mom said. Like, come on now, you don't want to get in trouble. It doesn't seem like
instead of being like
front,
stop to be doing like that because that's some fuck shit. Look, or you know what I'm saying?
Like me and mom said stop doing that. So stop doing it. Not like the tone like, oh, mom's nagging again, go ahead so she can stop type shit. And like I said, I might be reading too much into it, but that's how I'm reading it. And that could be solved in a conversation. But I said that to say, like, maybe they need some guidance as well on how to fucking be like, look, help me step up in these damn decisions, or not just disciplining, but just let's help me.
Right.
Don't make me look like I'm always the one that's kirking and like being the disciplinary, and like both parents should have a part in that.
Right.
I think.
Well, JT has gotten a lot better, you know, and I think that just takes time. Like, he doesn't have any kids, so this was new to him. And then again, being the stepdad, just not wanting to overstep your boundaries, wanting her to like him. I understood it. But, you know, after a while, bitch was like, oh, come on, nigga. But, like, now that I have this job where, you know, I have to travel, like, we've already been talking. He's like, you know, I wish I was home because I know they want you to go here and they want to go there. And, like, if I was home, I could just watch Mar for you and, you know, blah, 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 blah. So, like, I think that outside of the Navy and what that entails, he is present. I think I think he would be a great dad if we did have a kid. It's just, I mean, don't fax him. You don't know that nigga. No,
like that. he definitely seems like he would be a good dad. And like, he seems really caring.
All right, calm down.
All right, Dr. Heavenly, can't talk about your man positively.
No, I'm just saying.
All right,
you campaigning for this baby. That's what that shit is.
I'm like, see all the positives. Great father, great husband.
I just really, you know, that Navy shit just really bothers me. And if I'm being, you know, 1,000, me and that nigga went through a lot. So in the beginning of our marriage, I didn't know if that shit was gonna last. So it was like, I'm not trying to be no damn single mom times 2. Like, I don't want to have 2 baby daddies. I mean, even though technically it would still be 2 baby daddies,
but it's be with a husband,
right? And my whole thing was like, me and her dad broke up when she was 1. Like, I don't want that again. So we're gonna have kids. We're gonna do it the right way. And yeah, because I don't know what I would do if I had 2 goddamn kids on my own.
Look,
I really
go the fuck
don't.
crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, for real. I would I would go crazy.
And you know what? And this is going to sound horrible. My daughter having, like, us being apart, her father and I get a break.
Yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers
No, that ain't bad.
Y'all motherfuckers don't get a break.
Oh. Motherfucking tired.
I mean, I be complaining sometimes because I'm like, you know, they have 2 weekends a month. That's 4 days. Like, the rest of that month is fucking mine. And so sometimes I get a little resentful because I'm like, I don't have no goddamn life outside of them 4 days. That's why.
Right. And you try to cram all your fun shit
That's why I be getting drunk to the point where I'm annoying because it's just like, fuck it. I got to get it in now. I just got to deal with this shit. But I used to be resentful about that because it's just like, nigga, you don't have to like take care of her.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it don't seem like your life has been altered as much, like, or as much sacrifice is being given.
Well, now he has another baby, and his fiance has 2 children, so he knows about that life now.
Oh yeah, he's been indoctrinated. Yeah. Welcome, but not welcome. I'm not there. Let me not slide into that crew. But yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit where it's always assumed that it's us. It's difficult. It's all hell. And it's like, yes, we're the ones that came from our body, but what they always took 2 to make it. I ain't lay down alone to make this baby. So I don't know. I wish sometimes, and not just it having to be a conversation, but I wish it naturally, organically flowed where like it was split and it was like not a thing. Like, hey, so I'm gonna need some help. Like, let's address this. Like, it's not. I don't want to call it an issue, but it's a thing that has to be talked about. Like, why isn't it organically something that just this is the norm and what it should be? And
the answer I've gotten, because when it comes to my daughter, although I will definitely Kirk in a second, I'm also like the more sensitive one out of him and I. So he's just like, I mean, that's in your nature, women are nurturers, da da da. Like, that is kind of an excuse. Like, men can be nurturers too. You can be nurturing to your child. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing that says that you can't be just as nurturing as me. It's no reason why my kid is hurt and will walk past you to come to me to tell me that they're hurt. Like, I don't even understand.
Every day.
Like, I don't understand, like, how does that happen? Or you want a snack, and so you gonna call me from my room to ask, can you have a snack when somebody's sitting right there in the living room? Like, I don't understand.
Let me tell you something. The only damn times my kids ask my husband to get them something is when I either look upset or like I done already told them no, so they try and get a yes out of them. For real. Like, Mommy, can I have this? Like, dog, the only time that they go to him is like, if I look upset, like sometimes when Kylie will come in after school, she's looking at me on the couch like, yeah, I ain't fucking
right.
Hey, Daddy, so can I have some chips? Like, what's up with these chips? But like on a norm, like I'm getting everything. I'm getting the cup thrown in my face because I need juice. I need this. Hey, can you help me with this, Mommy? Hey, I need my hair done. All right, it's time for a bath. Hey, I gotta do this. Like, it's Mommy.
Right.
All the time.
Another thing with her dad and I, so because we're not together, we have to fight over movies that come out in the movie theaters. So when we were in California, the only thing to do is go to the movies or go bowling. So we went to the movies a lot, and now we're like movie heads. So when there's like an Avengers, like one of the, like a big blockbuster type movie, if that shit falls on my weekend, it's as good as seen. And the same for him. Well, Mara wanted to see Secret Life of Pets 2. That shit came out on his weekend. I didn't want to see that motherfucking movie. I saw the first one.
So you better take her.
Yeah. So she comes home and she's like, she wants to go see that movie. So I was like, well, why you ain't go see it with your dad? And he was like, because he wants to take me to go see, I forgot what movie it was, but it was a movie I wanted to see, and that shit fell on my weekend. Right. So I was like, well, we're going to go see that movie. I don't want to see Secret Life of Pets.
Exactly.
We really had a discussion about Secret Life of Pets because he was like, I mean, you do the cartoon thing and I do the comic book thing. I was like, first of all, where the fuck was that written in our baby mama, baby daddy agreement? Because I don't recall that ever being
when
a
you
thing.
like them kind of movies too.
And so that was the thing. He was like, I mean, you don't even like those movies. I was like, sir, this is why we were only together for like 2 seconds. because you don't even know me. Like, I definitely be in that bitch. I was like, nigga, when 300 came out, I was in there straight after work. You dropped me off. Like, you know how I give it up when it comes to certain movies. I don't fucking want to go see every cartoon movie. I see all the fucking cartoon movies. And so that shit pissed me off because I'm like, you are her dad. That means sometimes you have to suck it up and go see dumb shit that you don't want to fucking see. Do you think
not always mommy?
Yeah. Do you think I want to see every fucking Disney movie that comes out? Fuck ass no. Every DreamWorks, Pixar. No, nigga. I have to do it because she wants to. I put my fucking foot down. I haven't seen no goddamn Secret Life of Pets 2. I don't know if she has, but I damn sure haven't.
At this point, she probably found it free on YouTube.
She probably like, fuck that movie.
Yeah, I'll take it too fucking long.
She's like, I'm fucking baby mama, baby dad battles. I'm just trying to see Kevin Hart as a fucking, what is he? A rabbit?
Yeah, little bunny.
Yeah.
Like, meanwhile, I'm just going to stream it somewhere and just say fuck it. Like,
and so my thing was, you should be happy that she still even wants to watch cartoons because Mara be wanting to watch some crazy shit sometimes that she don't have no business watching.
Right.
But because it's in my nature because I'm a woman and I'm a nurturer and cartoons are my thing. Like, oh, okay.
That's so
I didn't realize
stupid.
that cartoons were attached to my titties and my uterus and
my femininity. Yeah. Like, what the hell?
Who knew?
I thought niggas like cartoons.
My nigga. Who knew?
Didn't know that was a sex thing or a gender thing. Yikes.
Apparently.
Yeah, y'all men out there, it's for our male listeners, y'all gotta do better, bro.
And for our male listeners that are the primary caregivers,
y'all women need to fucking do better.
As well.
What the hell going on with y'all damn wives and girls?
I think the moral of the story, you know, every week we come in here and we basically trying to tell y'all niggas, these motherfucking female, male standards, whatever the fuck y'all have in your mind, y'all need to get rid of those.
Facts.
Like,
it's not that day and age no more.
It's just really not. I just took out the trash today. And I didn't complain. It was raining and everything. I just took it out, went on with my life. So if I can do that, your ass can watch
I have
Secret
changed batteries in cars. Yeah, I have trimmed bushes.
I mean,
like, get the fuck.
There's no gender roles anymore.
Hell the fuck no.
Everybody needs to get in where they fit in, pitch in. There's no
and
reason.
Do what the fuck makes your fucking family the most successful and the most cohesive, chill, flowing, oiled machine. Like, however you want to say it, that shit runs smoothly. Like, fucking jump in and fucking help.
And just understand, sacrifices have to be made on both sides.
Facts.
On both
not
sides.
Just not on the normal primary giver, aka the woman. Not just on our fucking end. Like, sacrifices should be made both. If the primary caregiver wants to fucking pursue something, you fucking support them just like they've been supporting you all this time.
Hell, if the primary caregiver just wants to sit on the couch and
not
sit
do
there,
a fucking thing.
I mean, just
so
it is
jump
what it is.
Run interception. Like, hey, I got that for you.
Yeah.
Like, what you need? What you need? No, don't bother mommy.
I mean,
I get it for you, babe.
And it should happen before I get pissed off.
Before I kirk and be like, get the fuck out of my face, everybody. And then you're like, all right, so what do you need? Let me help you. Like, because then once again, it's like, oh, mom is looking like the crazy bitch.
Right.
And then the hero comes to swoop the day and, okay, like, let's give mom her space. Like, y'all alienating me because I'm acting like a bitch. Like, nah, like, I just need some fucking help. So I'm not kirking. What you mean?
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. Paul, you a bitch.
Period. We're gonna find out this man real name. I swore it was Scott.
It might be Scott, but that nigga's getting called Paul, just like the old white
Dr.
nigga
Paul.
from real. We was calling him what?
John
or Joe or something like that. That nigga's name is not that.
Listen, I don't know what the fuck
his name is Paul. That's what
Dr. Paul.
Yeah, bitch ass
DP,
Paul.
We not here for you, bitch ass Paul.
Punk ass Paul. fucking crying because you got to make your kids grilled cheese sandwiches.
Slamming doors and shit.
That nigga wasn't making no gourmet meals.
So he had a whole ass tantrum. I guess you need some time alone so you can study, huh? And stormed off and slammed the door. If you don't get your childish ass out of here, Dr. Paul.
Just 2 seasons ago, he didn't even want his wife to take off because he was worried about money. And now she out here trying to get even more money, but you mad.
And you crying because you got to wake the kids up and get them to school.
And the infamous words of Shay, suck my whole dick.
Whatever.
All right.
Is there any... What TV and T? We talked about Married to Medicine. So what other TV? I feel like I'm so out of the loop because I was out of town for so much.
I was going to say, because I was riding around driving Miss Daisy and them, I didn't watch Married to Medicine until today. No, yesterday. I watched it. But I heard that Tariq bitch ass got hemmed up by his daddy, even though he went right back to being a bitch ass nigga.
Dog. I went into Power thinking that I was going to be happy and Tariq was going to finally get killed. I just knew somebody was going to kill that little nigga this episode. Oh no. He's not. He's still alive.
Did they find out that he's the one that set them up?
Wait a minute, what part are we talking about? You said, yeah. All of that stuff started unraveling in this episode.
Okay. So that's why they was fucking him up. I heard somebody Tommy had him hanging off a building on some best man type shit.
Yeah, because he didn't want to believe Keisha that Tariq was the one that stole the pills and shit. So he was like, I'm gonna ask him face to face. And Tariq at first was trying to like lie and shit. Like, what are you talking about? No, Kanan gave it to me. Blah blah. He hemmed that motherfucker up and was like, after Tariq finally was like admitted it, that he actually stole them pills from Tommy in his warehouse and shit. Then he grabbed him and like basically shook the shit out of his ass. He was like, don't kill me. Pulled him down and shit. And he was like, you lied to my face. Like, fuck that. I guess we're not family no more.
So Tommy don't give a fuck about nobody no more.
He don't give a fuck. The only reason why that nigga ain't throw him off the building that time is because, he was his godson or whatever he was to him. I don't know. Just like his uncle or whatever. But now he ain't got that nigga on his side. Like, all right, you want to be in the game, nigga?
So
be in the game.
This group I'm in, they had this conversation. I don't need to watch the goddamn show because everybody be spoiling it on social media. But so people were having this conversation. I guess Tasha is teaching him the ropes of
the game.
Yeah. So everybody not everybody, but some people were saying like that's horrible parenting because everybody know the only way to get out the game is to end up in jail or die. But then other people was like, well, Tasha probably feels like the nigga already going to do what he want to do. So she's just like, all right, well, at least let me school you on how to do it and not be a dumbass.
But that's the thing. That's exactly what the fuck she said. Like, people are crazy. But on the show, she said that she was just like, look, no matter how much we try to put you on a straight and narrow and what we want your life to be, like go to school, like do all this other stuff, like no matter what we do, you're gonna fucking do what you want to do regardless. Like, we've seen it been proven that your ass wants to be in the game. And I'm not gonna have, she was basically like, I'm not gonna lose another fucking kid just because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, you don't come from the streets, but I do. So like, if you're gonna do it, then I'm gonna help you do it smart, since you're gonna fucking do it anyway. I would just rather you not die. You know what I'm saying? Because of ignorance when I have the knowledge to pass on to you. So like, I get it. Like, the nigga gonna do this shit anyway. Like, I don't want him up here. Like, I'm seeing him make mistakes that's eventually down the road going to get your ass killed. So why not just fucking, you gonna do it anyway. So here's the tools to do it better.
So do you think she's a bird because of that?
I don't want to say she's a bird because like everybody don't come up the same way and don't live the certain kind of way or have the same kind of code. I just feel like she know what it is and she came from that. So even though she's trying to get her family away from that and to do better, like at the same time, you're a kid. And if you know that they're going to do what they're doing regardless, why not help them, mold them and give them information to even be better than what the fuck you was? Because you have a lot of hindsight and stuff that you didn't have. So like, I don't think she's a bird. it just depends on your upbringing and your background. It's a lot of street niggas that like, oh, she was a real one.
Yeah.
Like, that don't make her. I wouldn't say she's a bird, but
the group
don't want to lose another fucking kid,
right,
to the same shit.
Some of the people in the group were saying she was a bird because if she really wanted her kid to not be in the game, like, she's not with that nigga Ghost anymore. She could literally get out of New York if that's what she really wanted. But she could do. She's not doing everything possible to try to get him out of that lifestyle. Basically,
but they have sent him away to boarding school. Like, took him the fuck out of his area. Then get this whole thing where they had got him into another school, and like, they're like, you gotta promise to our face, like, you're not doing this shit. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And then turn around, like, Ghost had took all this nigga money, made him like empty him out. He don't got no station, he don't got nothing. And basically to his mom, he was like, damn, we took everything from him, no money and no product. And he came back not even a day or two later and he got product. Like, this nigga's gonna do what the fuck he wants to do regardless. Like, we can try to take him and put him everywhere we can, but I bet you the moment that he gets of age, he's gonna do what the fuck he wants to, if he's not already doing it now. So why not just, like, don't die? Because, like, I've already felt the loss of losing one kid and I don't want to lose another one, nigga. Like,
I understand where you're coming from. I'm
talking about the other people in the group.
Yeah.
I wasn't yelling at you, but yeah, I won't say she's a bird. She's just passing on useful knowledge that your child apparently needs.
Okay.
He's like, okay, girl. What else was on TV that you watch? Nothing.
I was gonna say
a million little things, and this is that still got me in tears. Another week, so that's the norm. In the fall, I usually cry twice a week because of these damn shows, but that's my shit. What else? What other shows? Housewives of Potomac is off. You don't watch the other one, so anyway, moving on.
All right. So speaking of birds, Evelyn Lozada.
Oh no, she's a bird.
She's a bird to me. I guess this is TV/tea time.
Yeah, so, we can roll it all into one.
Basketball Wives. Everyone is aware, even if you don't watch it, I'm sure people have heard that Evelyn Lozada displays bird tendencies sometimes on that show. She gets upset. She starts throwing wine bottles at people, calling people non-motherfucking factors. You're not in a circle, bitch. I mean, great one-liners. I live for the shade. But she went on Iyanla, supposedly got her life fixed. She had her little show on OWN. So I thought that we were mature Evelyn. Mm-hmm. But OG, a new cast member, I think she came on the scene last season.
Yeah,
ruffled
this is her second season.
Ruffled them bird feathers. And so Evelyn and OG have been going back and forth all goddamn season.
Yeah.
Episode 4 last, Evelyn was patting the puss and saying how OG's nigga wants this. She has good pussy. It's wet. It's nice. It's that.
That shit was fucking
OG
funny.
Let her know that her ex-husband, Chad Ochocinco, what's his last name? Johnson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chad Johnson.
Yeah, Chad.
But actually, he actually legally changed it to Ochocinco, so it is Chad Ochocinco.
Oh. Okay. Well, OG let her know that her old nigga wanted her, be in her DMs. So Evelyn contacted her abuser to get some fucking DMs to prove a point that OG was a thirsty ass bitch. OG decided to produce better. I don't know if they're better. No,
it's receipts that pretty much confirmed that she's a fucking thirst bag.
So she provided receipts that had a little bit more interaction. So basically the receipts that Evelyn provided made it seem like OG was nuts and just talking to herself.
The whole time they was texting.
Yeah. OG's receipts, it looks like on Twitter she was just talking to herself on some nut ass shit. But in her text messages, they were going back and forth.
Yes.
So that's what basically in a nutshell happened on the show. Well, on the social media world, they were going back and forth about it, and Evelyn made a comment and she put a gorilla, the gorilla emoji at the end of the Instagram post or her story.
Bitch.
So OG
I
came
know.
back and was like, "Oh, so now you're referring to me as a monkey. Thanks for showing that you're a racist bigot." So on and so on and so forth. Because OG had also said on the show, like,
Yeah, she has said something about her being she not even black. She want to be black.
but yeah, saying nigga this, nigga that. And now all
Mm-hmm.
of a sudden, Evelyn is saying she's Afro Latina. I can admit and say I've never heard her use that term before this season. So I don't know. She always identified that way. Some people are saying she's only saying it to basically be,
Help her story.
yeah. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I don't care. The
Right.
reason why I'm calling Evelyn Lozada a bird is because she is suing OG for defamation of character because OG called her a racist bigot. And I just feel like all that shit that Evelyn
All
has
these
talked
years
over the years on this show. This show came
about
out
everybody.
in like 2008. To put
Yeah,
things in perspective.
and she was in that motherfucker off the rip.
Yes. This bitch done ran over tables. She done called people.
Threw wine bottles
Yes.
at people,
She's done so
flipped
much
tables, all of
shit.
that.
For you to be suing somebody, you weak as fuck to me. Like, bitch, either throw them hands, keep going back and forth with the shade. But when
Right.
you make it a legal matter because somebody called you on your
But
bullshit, I'm not rocking.
But even knowing her past to say defamation of character, do you know how many people that could quote unquote claim the same thing? Like,
Exactly.
so it's like I wasn't feeling none of that shit. When I seen that shit, I was like, nah. And I don't even bang with OG like that.
I don't
she's
either.
been hella fucking annoying. But when I seen that, I was like, nah, bitch, this don't even make no sense. Like, this ain't even like a quiet church mouse that like, oh, I don't talk to nobody.
That's a
Like, I don't be
Jennifer
going in
move.
on nobody. Look, and both of them been on the show how long? These the fucking like, nah, you wildin'. Like, not the I've been talking shit to everybody.
Yeah,
And now you, oh no, like that's messed up. Like, how could you say that? That's defamation of character. Like, I'm suing. Bitch, if you don't just cuss her the fuck out or throw some wine in this bitch face and
and
stop
keep it
playing like you
moving.
normally
Right.
do.
Like, I just feel like that whole move is goofy as fuck. Like, I don't know. I'm not feeling that shit. As
At
far
all.
as the show is concerned, OG do be wildin'. She definitely does insert herself in shit that don't have nothing to do with her.
Super fucking extra
Yeah.
with it.
She
Talking about
definitely,
shit gonna kill
right.
niggas and break their jaw and all this extra
She
shit.
definitely does say shit like that. But I'm not feeling Miss Shawnee O'Neal. And I always knew Shawnee was fake. But it is like, girl, it's like a neon light this season.
You definitely got fucking favorites too.
You are
How
not
she used to
about
be
to
neutral.
sit here and say that OG is dangerous and aggressive when Malaysia literally just threw a table at somebody. Again,
Last
Evelyn,
season.
Tammy, like, we have seen violent, like they actually went
The
off.
way she tried to validate it when she was like, well, you know, like the girls are crazy and stuff has happened, but it's like periods of time where, like, you know, they're happy, but like OG is just like mad all the time. And I'm like, she's not really mad all the time, but she do pop off.
She definitely
like,
pops off, but
pops off
for
like
no reason.
a hair trigger.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, like, if that's the case, everybody's aggressive because everybody has cussed somebody out and said bad shit, like, and some people have actually put hands. So
I mean,
it's like
Cece and Kristen were literally having a conversation, and Evelyn was trying to run up on her, like jumped over chairs to run up on her, and so OG, being Cece's friend, was just like, no, we're not doing that.
fucking tackle her
and
ass.
tackle her because she was on some bullshit. So to sit here and say that she's aggressive when we have documented evidence of like mad
over
bitches,
the years,
yes, for like a decade of bitches being mad aggressive. You know, they actually
Facts.
went off air for a year because they actually got backlash.
Yeah, that was like, it's showing women in a bad light. They
Yeah.
always wrecking and cussing each other out, and it's just not positive. So they definitely went away for a while. Then that's when they try to come back and revamp it. But
So it's like, come the fuck on. And you know, Evelyn had me going for a little bit. I really did think she was changed because I used to watch her show on OWN, and it just seemed like she was.
I think she changed. I
did.
felt like she got older and she was trying to do better. But like, you are who you are, player.
And that's why I said, bird. Okay.
You're so stupid.
That's just my little 2 cents. I don't know. But on the flip side, in the same group, people have made this an issue of colorism. And I just
Always.
don't understand how we went there. Maybe I need to read more books and get better versed in how
Anytime
colorism
a light
works.
skinned or a dark skinned person get in an argument, now it's colorism. Or lighter, fairer skin or whatever. Like I just, why does everything has to go back to that race? Like, how do we get there?
Like they were saying, if you look at the history of the show, all the darker women, they always mistreat and bully. And I'm like, well, Kristen is darker than them, and they haven't bullied her at all.
Right.
The only other Malaysia is also darker. They don't bully her.
I'm about to say, and Jen was the ringleader starting shit, so
I mean,
she was just getting payback.
Yeah, basically. So I don't know. They were trying to use that. Then they were talking about, Evelyn putting a little gorilla meme on there, like everybody knows that referring to Black people as like a monkey or gorilla.
I would have just thought because on the show she called the bitch ugly. So that was just saying she was ugly, putting the gorilla. I don't know.
And then they were saying basically Shawnee, is colorist because she lets her light-skinned friends do X, Y, and Z, but her dark-skinned friends, she
was back in Kristen.
And Malaysia, who fucking threw a table at Jennifer. So,
right.
I'm not as...
I can't bat on that.
Well-versed in the issues of colorism, but I felt like that was a reach.
That was a reach, definitely.
That's just my opinion. Everything doesn't have to be deeper than what it is. Like, we could just say that
be basic.
Evelyn is a bama for suing her, and we could just leave it at that instead of trying to make this whole social issue. And I'm just
everything. Every time something happens, there got to be some type of injustice.
Yes,
we got to see who the injustice is towards. Like,
it's just too much. Like, I am very much just trying to keep things PC, but y'all starting to get on my fucking nerves because it's like I can't enjoy shit. Like,
at all.
While I think that Evelyn is a bam for this, I'm also thoroughly entertained. But y'all are taking the fun out of it by making this a whole light skin versus dark skin thing. I'm over it. Make sure to check out our episode about colorism, though.
Yeah, we definitely got
the plug. Look at it. I like how you did that. All right.
JT is home.
No.
JT free.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my JT.
Oh,
You're talking about City Girls.
City Girls.
Yeah, she is.
Sorry. He was like, what?
I was like, hold on, wait. Is he surprising me?
Did he text you? I'm confused. Episode over now.
Right. Gotta go.
I'm sorry. Let me be specific. I meant JT from City Girls is free. That was funny. He said, wait, what now?
Shit.
My bad. City Girls.
Got mad excited.
What else? Oh. So apparently Tiffany from Flavor of Love.
Yes, Miss New
the
York.
HBIC.
Love her.
Miss New York. I didn't know. Apparently it's been 2 seasons that she has this show.
Oh, you didn't know that?
Called No, I've never seen
because
it. Breakfast
online.
with Tiffany. I think that's why. But apparently Sin was on there. And this is the first time, at least, that I'm seeing that she's publicly addressing her and Joe.
Yeah.
And honey, it was something spicy, and I actually cannot wait until 11 Hip Hop New York because I know Mona caught this shit.
Of course.
She's paying them good coins to catch this. But basically, in a nutshell, she let the world know, like, no, this was not no mutual decision not to be together. I did what the fuck I needed to do for the betterment of my mental health. And I know betterment is not a fucking word, but the best thing for my mental health. And she was just like, that was the best thing that she's done in her entire life is to get out that relationship, and her cute ass fucking son are good, period. So I was like, god damn.
Yeah, like, she said she's the happiest she's been in her life since breaking up with the nigga.
Dog said that was the best decision in her whole entire fucking life, like her whole life. That was the best decision, was to get out of the relationship with him. So honey, I don't know what the fuck was going on, but it sounded like it wasn't good for her mental health. She had to get the fuck up out of there. Period.
I was going to tag you in that story because I was like, damn, there really is no more hope for them niggas.
Look, I was thinking maybe like they was holding out and they had got together, but you know, with Mona contracts, you got to act like he's still beefing to the show and shit. Nah, that shit is real. Because she was like, no, I'm happy. And I want to be going back. Like, oh, she didn't say I won't be going back, but that's what the dots lined up to. So
2 things on Tea Time that we had last week. So during our actual discussion, we talked about Stacey Dash being arrested. And by the time I put the episode up, I had heard the news about her putting on her form that she was white. And I added that to the description. But I just wanted to point that out. Like, bitch, just because you was in Clueless, you're not white. Like, simmer it the fuck down.
You weren't even on White Chicks. Like, you were in white paint. Like, you played a black girl on your show.
You gotta calm down.
Dog. You're related to Damon
Dash.
Like
the nigga. Like, the goddamn nigga that gave us the inspiration for the name of this podcast.
How about that? Like, fucking Chatty Patties.
Calm down. Fuck. The other thing, last week when we recorded, we learned that Amber Guyger was found guilty. However, they were still going through the sentencing hearing. And by the time the episode was released, the news was out that she got 10 years. So I wanted to know, how did you feel about that, Dice?
Salty.
Yeah.
Because I think we talked about it a little bit on the episode where I was just like, dog, anything less than like 15, I'm feeling a certain kind of way. We looking at, I would prefer like 20 plus.
Because at the end of the day, with good behavior, she's getting out on half of that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, people are not doing all the years that they have been sentenced. You got good behavior, like you got all type of shit that she's gonna do just a portion. So I prefer you stack the deck so we can get her to at least serve some good years. But like, dog, 10 years, like, yeah, okay, we're trying to look at the positive. She was found guilty and she's doing time, but it's like, it's not enough. Like, it's just showing us the value of our lives, pretty much.
And you know, when she gets out, she's gonna get a Netflix lifetime deal, book deal.
She's gonna write a book or something. So like, she's gonna have an immediate job.
And she's young. So like, she's literally gonna, you know, not just
still have a whole life.
She's gonna have a whole life ahead of her. And like, I found some story where like a nigga who killed like a police dog got
like 45 years, right?
And it's just like,
the value of our life. It's our life. And granted, I know that they will also mention, like, you know, you got to keep in mind, like, the law is different in different states, so you can get more time for X, Y, and Z in this state versus this state. But still, as a general consensus,
Texas is pretty.
They ready to kill your ass anytime.
So that, using that as an excuse is some bullshit. So
yeah, I don't think it's cool.
I think that like laws should kind of be the same across the board, like in every state.
Yeah, not vary from state to state.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not saying like,
unless it has something to do with like environmental shit, like where it would make sense on the East Coast, but not like somewhere where it's like a little lake. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I watch a lot of crime shows, so like if it's different, like that sort of thing, but not like, okay, I killed this person this kind of way, and in this state the max is this, but in another state it's significantly like lower. Like,
yeah, no. That's my thing. Is there should be like, okay, murder at a minimum is this much, no matter what, and then if there are other factors into play, you can, you know, heighten or lessen it or whatever.
Right.
But like, there's no reason why you got Felicity Huffman and them serving 2 weeks in jail for literally falsifying admissions, but you have a black woman who wanted her kids to go to a better school, so she lied about where she lived so her child could go to a better school, and she's serving years in jail. Like, that's bullshit. I'm annoyed, and the justice system in this fucking country is just fucking sucks, and it's just like,
it benefits who the fuck it's intended to benefit,
and that's just a fact. Like, that's simply a fact. So speaking of the Amber Guyger case, one of the neighbors who testified is dead.
So I was seeing some stuff online, but I was so confused of what was going on. Like, I was trying to find the whole story. So what the fuck happened? Like, what?
He got shot. They don't know who shot him yet, but he was shot and killed.
You think it's like some cover-up shit? Well, I mean, it's too late.
It's too late, like, but you know,
already
conspiracy theorists have already decided that he basically got shot for testifying. So I mean, it's literally been
I
a
don't put
week.
nothing past.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, the timing of it just
Yep.
seems crazy.
I mean, but I don't put it past. You just said this was in Texas.
Yeah.
I don't put it past him. And she was an ex-cop. I don't put it
And
past.
if that is the case, then we as a Black people have failed because George Zimmerman is still out here living his life.
And y'all have not murked this nigga yet.
And y'all be quick to kill each other. No shade, but
Look,
shade.
y'all out here beating up people, grandmothers and
did
shit
you see
online.
That? At the gas station?
Kiss me the whole fuck
What are we
off.
even doing?
Like, it's one thing, okay, like, you dumb, like, you taking somebody's vehicle, but, like, all that she was all the way away from the car.
Like,
all you had to do
away.
was get in the vehicle and, like, drive it away. You went over there and, like, fighting her and shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, I hope they found them niggas. Anyway, yeah, well, we gotta do better. Beat these niggas' asses. Kick the right niggas' asses.
Yeah,
that part.
I don't understand. Anywho, off of that, on to some Black greatness.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this nigga's movies, but Tyler Perry's out here doing it.
Dog.
And he's a Virgo.
Bomb. But you just like, I don't like this nigga movies.
I mean, I don't.
Because he's lit, he's a Virgo.
I didn't used to like Beyonce either. So, I mean, this shit I don't discriminate, nigga.
We all one gang. What you mean? But dog, so for y'all who don't, y'all under a rock and y'all don't know what the fuck we're talking about, Tyler Perry actually opened his own filming complex and is literally the largest studio in existence.
Yep.
Like, not in the US, like in fucking existence. Like, I saw a video online where one of the attendees was filming because they had like these trolleys that go around the whole complex. And, you know, it was like a whole, like an unveiling so that they can see all the different studios. Dog, anything you can think of. Like, they had like 12 individual like studios. They were all named after like, you know, really prominent Black actors. Like, one was named Denzel, Oprah, Halle Berry. Like, it was different ones. Each studio was named after a different Black actor. Then they had this neighborhood, my nigga. Like, they had a whole neighborhood built on the complex. Like, I mean, yards, houses, sidewalks, street. Like, built up to code, like as if it was a house in that city.
Like a community, yeah.
Like a whole ass community just to film movies and shows and stuff. Like,
it has its own White House.
Dog, like a whole White House so that they can film, this is some movie or whatever, but like you can use that on the damn joint. Like, these aren't like backdrops,
right?
Or like little portions of stuff. It's like Game of Thrones, nigga. Like, they building whole ass fucking cities out here. Like,
yeah.
And not on a small scale. It's like little houses. Like, the joint is bomb as shit. Like,
and I read that used to be like a Confederate plant. Was it a plantation? I gotta look it up, but it was something.
The sweet karma of the ancestors.
I'm telling you, and that's why, like, I don't care if you don't necessarily fuck with his films or his shows. You gotta
the nigga doing monumental shit,
like,
bro.
that is a huge fucking thing. They said that you can fit 3 of like the major studios inside of his complex, and he would still have 60 acres of extra land.
That's big. You think about like Warner Brothers Studios, like big name white freaking studios that like we grew up like. Dog, and his shit is shitting on all of these, like Black owned, independently, like put together, like.
And to know that he was once homeless, like, I'm just like, what the next movie he comes out with, I ain't saying all of them, but the next one he comes out with, I will go see just for the principle, because
just the support.
He also did an interview where he was saying like white media, white Hollywood, they don't recognize his accomplishments. He doesn't get,
of course not,
the recognition.
He's shitting on their ass.
But listen, the Black dollar, y'all, because white people are not going out to see Tyler Perry. Because shit, half of the Black people ain't.
But everybody, auntie and grandma is.
For sure. So like,
look, my mom loved them shits.
Listen, that I found out about Tyler Perry through my grandma. So, but like, seriously, we have to really, really understand our fucking power. Like, we have to start taking advantage of the power that we have, because white Hollywood can ignore all the fuck they want. Tyler Perry still made moves from our dollar.
And I bet y'all gonna be renting some space from his spot.
I That was the petty laugh of the ancestors right there. That was Harriet Tubman channeling through you.
Right.
So,
but yeah, kudos to him.
respect.
Like,
and
fucking lit.
I wish that I was more important and I could have been invited to his gala.
I had to live through y'all Insta stories
sure.
and pictures and
like
shit.
everybody was there,
like,
except for us.
Oh, that's what they had. They had all type of food. That's bomb. Oh,
I love it.
Hey.
I just love to see us looking good and just celebrating ourselves.
Like on some real shit. Like not stunning on no dumb shit, but like accomplishments and like Black excellence. Lit.
You always got one nigga to nig it up though, and so Bow Wow.
Shit. He was there. He was in his movies. God damn it.
This nigga comes on one of them shits because I don't follow him on anything. I just saw it on Shay Room, where basically he was like, "I just had dinner with Bill Clinton. The price rate just went up." First of all, who's booking you outside of growing up hip hop? Like,
dog,
you have to relax. Nobody's actually checking for you, sir. Just chill out.
Shot.
Have fun.
Raise your daughter.
Be there.
Fuck these young hoes.
You got the invite, so you're relevant enough to be there, but don't push it, nigga.
Right, just soak in the moment and like get some context and see if somebody will put you in some
relax.
Like, dog, all the way.
Relax.
Like,
I mean, Bow Wow was Bow Wow. He was little Bow Wow.
He was popping back in the day.
Not taking anything away from that. I'm just saying now, today we don't give a fuck. So just eat your fucking steak with Bill and shh.
Give him the shush like you do your kids.
The fuck up. Just gotta nig it up. God damn it.
You make such a fucking elegant joint. So
right.
trashy.
Everybody else
probably was like, I knew it was gonna be somebody was gonna fuck it up.
Everybody post was so like Black power, Black excellence,
inspiring and shit.
And this motherfucker, the price went up. Like, nobody wants your raps.
For what?
Rhymes. Nobody's checking for it.
You catch an acting class on that complex. Why did your price just go up? Fucking
sweet Jesus.
Shaw been catching L's left and right.
This nigga thinks it's still 2001. That's why.
Dog, he need to go holler at like on Love and Hip Hop how these old niggas realize they old niggas like B2K, Immature, Ray J. Like these niggas are starting to like, okay, I'm an old nigga and I'm washed up and we just trying to get it back. This nigga has not let it go that he is trying to get it back. Like he think he's still there.
Yeah, he does. And you're not.
Shaw, you're not.
You're not.
You are not.
But as you can see, even though we don't fuck with you, if you do something excellent, we will recognize it.
We definitely will.
But you haven't.
We waiting
since like
Bow Wow
AJ
challenge.
Free. Right. So we just want you to.
When you was number one on the chart.
It's a long time ago.
For 12 weeks running.
Like that's almost 20 years ago.
Dog, and he's still Al Bundy.
Like, oh,
remember when I did this?
Jesus.
Remember back in the day I was that dude? Oh, look at them. They don't even know it's me back there. They don't care.
We don't.
Now One Piece.
Oh, Lord.
Are we ending off with Shaw?
I mean, I don't have no other tea, so.
Damn it.
We should have left it at Tyler, but I just couldn't help it. He just, that shit just made me so mad. Like, this is why they don't invite niggas to shit. Because you don't know how to act.
Because we know y'all gonna be right on in this shit. Are you interested in this hip hop awards? It's actually on right now as we're recording, but I was not interested. I felt like it was gonna be some
well,
uninteresting.
You should know me better than that. I'm certainly getting off and going straight to bed. I'm not watching that. So
yeah, so I'm like,
be blessed. I'll find out on the Shade Room tomorrow.
I'm not interested. Show me clips if anything happened.
Remember when you used to be like, well, maybe it was just me. I used to get so excited for award shows.
Fuck yeah, I would stay up watching it live.
Yes.
Watching this shit. I remember back when Twitter
I was
on Twitter heavy. So Black Twitter on award shows.
It used to be so much fun.
Child.
But I can't.
Now I'm just like, first of all, I don't know who 70% of y'all niggas are.
I'm not even gonna know who them people are.
So I don't know who they are. Like some of them songs, I'm like, I've never heard this shit before. Like I feel like how my old aunties and uncles was sounding when I was young. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, and that's what I'm morphing into. But I don't know who these little niggas are. Everybody is little and everybody's a baby. I don't fucking know.
Honestly, I feel like if it wasn't for your husband, for you, and my daughter, for me, we wouldn't even know the shit that we know now.
Dog, at all. Like, I was like, baby, you know this. Remember, we was here and they played the song. He was like, oh, I like the beat. I'm like, oh.
Because y'all see, when I post music in the stories, it be some sad R&B type shit.
Some emo
for
shit.
Sure.
It was some joint you posted one day. I was like, she actually listened to this whole song? Like, this song is so sad as
fuck. One of your friends hit me up like, hell, what's up with you? You always posting some sad shit. I was like, it's the vibe.
You know the vibes.
The fuck I gotta be happy for? My nigga's not here. I'm sad.
Right. Sad till he touched down.
But when he gets back, it's gonna be Adina Howard on that shit.
Oh, shit. About to bring out old little Kent albums. I used to throw to that shit.
Just you wait. A couple more weeks, nigga.
She gonna be Shay the Stallion.
For sure. Gotta get my knees together.
Ready. All right. Good, bad, and fucking release.
Oh, let me go.
Okay.
So I'm starting off with release.
Okay.
Dice has already heard this story, and y'all have too, because I've said it on the podcast. But I will share again. I do not live in the DMV. Mm-mm. I don't live there anymore. Nope. I go there frequently. Mm-hmm. Because my good dear friend Dice has a townhome, extra bedroom, and she allows me, my big head kid, my big head husband if he's here, and my 2 badass dogs to come over. Right. If it wasn't for her home, I would be there less. Because nobody else has extra bedrooms, and I've already said I'm too grown to be sleeping on somebody's floor. I'm not doing that.
Back be bad.
And I have dogs, and I don't know if y'all know, but it's $25 to $30 a night, depending on where you go, for one dog, and then an additional fee for the second dog. So I'm not paying however much money to go to the bar crawl. It's just not going to happen. I'm not doing that. Unless it has to be like a super duper event that I'm like really pumped up for type of situation, but I'm just not going to do it. So I don't want anybody to take this personally, but if me, my kid, if she's with me and my dogs can't come, I'm not fucking going. I don't know how else to say the shit. It's not anything personal. I'm tired of people saying, well, you always go to Dice things. You always do this with Dice. Dice lets my dogs come, nigga. Carly, my bigger dog, sheds like a bitch. Dice has never been like, bitch, I'm tired of this shedding ass motherfucker. You can't come over here.
Because my damn dog sheds. I'm like, I'm just going to sweep all y'all shit up together.
Like, niggas don't like dogs. I have people that don't like dogs. Not won't let me bring the dogs over because they can't have dogs. Literally,
I don't like
them
niggas at all.
But want me to just drop everything. And then that's another thing. My nigga, 3.5 hours with no traffic. Like, and that's to certain
around the corner.
That's to certain areas in the DMV, because people call the DMV like could be an hour away from one another. Like, facts. If you don't live in DC, you could live any fucking where. So depending on what goddamn highway I gotta go on, like 95, for example, 3.5 might be pushing it, because 95 tends to always be on some fuck shit.
Always
and
some shit.
If you don't have an easy pass, I do, thankfully.
Thank God.
Right. Your ass might be in the car for 4+ hours.
Yep.
That shit, the mileage that I'm putting on, not my car, because my car's still fucked up, on my husband's car while he's away, that nigga's gonna come back and be like, oh, so this what we doing? Like, a bitch is
all up and down.
Yeah, like a bitch is getting oil changes like every 6 weeks as opposed to every 3 months. Like, I don't mind driving. I really don't. Growing up, it was a lot of us, so plane tickets we didn't do. We would drive from Maryland to Chicago, Maryland to Georgia, Maryland. I don't mind driving, but I have a kid. I have dogs. I sometimes just don't fucking feel like it, and it's not anything personal. But if you can accommodate me in any shape, way, or form, you can't really be upset that I can't make it to certain things. And then you can't also be like, well, you do X, Y, and Z for a person that literally accommodates everything. Like, hey, Dice, can I come through this weekend?
Yeah, come on.
I mean, you see how that works? My daughter literally just said 2 weeks ago, are you at the point now where you just tell Dice that you're going to her house? And I was like,
yeah,
basically.
right.
Even though this
It
weekend
is
she
what it
invited
is.
me, you know, but
right.
other times I'm just like, yeah, bitch, I'm bored. And boom, bam.
Right.
So
it's no extra shit.
I love y'all. I also just want to put out there that the road has an opposite side.
Both ways.
And so my home is open to any of you that I love. You can most certainly come and visit me. Because since I've been here, I've had 3 visitors, 2 of which just happened. I'm just trying to figure out, like, and I'm a good ass hostess, if I say so myself.
Yeah, lady, better than me.
So,
because let me tell you, I'm like, oh damn, we ran out of that shit.
So I'm just like, you know, and when I'm in the area, you guys, most of you know Dice. Most of you are cool with her. I don't feel like she would have an issue with y'all coming to her house to see me. Because another thing that I'm trying to release is if I go somewhere in the DMV, I hope y'all don't think that I'm going everywhere in the DMV to see everybody. No. We
making stops like Metro.
We can meet somewhere. I don't have a problem. But I can't go to Centerville and Upper Marlboro and Mount Rainier and Bryan's Road and Waldorf and Alexandria. Suck my whole dick, people.
Right.
And I say this with love, but y'all got me fucked up. And little do y'all know, when JT gets home, y'all not going to see me.
No, we are not going to see her until the new year. So I just want everybody to know that the Chatty Patties will probably be on pause for a couple months. Because she will not even be here to record, or it would just be me.
Special guest this week, Duncan. Duncan gonna be the new host.
Like I keep hearing about these niggas. Like, where the fuck is Shay? On the D. Okay.
So that was my long ass release. My bad. It's not really a bad because I expected it, but I guess I'm not new at my job anymore. So I'm learning a lot of shit.
Not after that damn travel you had.
Yeah, but now I'm learning people's personalities. I'm getting the real bullshit that's actually happening at the job. Now, none of
behind the scenes.
Yeah, so none of it is affecting me because they're prior to all the changes that have supposedly happened. So for me, I'm good.
All this is how it is, right?
Right, and I came from, you know, jobs that I didn't like. So
right,
I'm good where I'm at, but just realizing like I can't say certain shit around certain people because, you know, they can't hold water. Like just certain shit like that. I'm starting to realize
that little nuances of the office.
Yeah. So I'm just like, okay, I'm seeing, you know, it's so I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's just like, oh, I see you bitches. Like
right. Like, okay. The fog is clearing.
Yeah. So hey y'all cute. And the good, I mean, nigga. Every week is a week closer to my nigga and my dick. So, hallelujah. How about you, boo?
I guess I'll start with the bad. Apparently, I have been a bit homely because I went to get my hair done. And we've had episodes about hair, so most of y'all know I have relaxed hair. So that means I need touch-ups. It's been a little bit, you know what I'm saying, but I've been holding it down with my ponytails. It's been since Coffee's wedding. Which is about what, 4 months? 4 months. Yeah. The whole summer. So I come back and I go to a Dominican salon, and that's the only place I go to get chemicals put in my hair. So like they know me. At least the lady who does the chemicals, and she's like parting my hair and starting to see like them good old roots that have been growing these months, and she's like, "Woo, mommy," and I was like, "Oh." So I just feel like I need to do better with giving at least a little fuck about how I look, because apparently I'm just walking around here with nappy roots and everybody is like just letting me do so. Like, it's one thing, I already have bags, so bitch, your hair got to be done or something. Like, you can't have bags under your eyes and got nappy hair, because you are looking super homely and it looks like life and these children are kicking my ass, which they are.
That's how the nigga at the nail salon about to look at me tomorrow when I go in there to get my nails done. He gonna be like, girl.
When I finally got my feet done, they was like, Woo, all right. Because
Make sure you bring out that little cheese grater.
Look, go to
Get
work
these
on my
hills.
receipt. Like, get them fucking going.
Yes.
Yeah, all these calluses, the fuck. But that's my bad. I need to do better because apparently I'm out here looking ugly and nappy.
Not ugly and not nappy,
or homely and kinky.
Sure.
It's more politically correct.
It is. Even though I'm still like, but okay.
The words that I use are better. Release. After release, that every time I drink, I turn into a rapper. I was at the wedding this weekend.
Oh, shit.
And by this point, I'm hella drunk. No, I was pretty drunk. I wouldn't say hella drunk because hella drunk, I'm stumbling and saying dumb shit. So I was pretty drunk, but very coherent. And because they had the cocktail hour and open bar the entire.
That was my type of event.
And they had Hennessy. Yes, God. So I was in this bitch. Like literally, I would finish one and my cousin would come with another. And I'm just like,
Lord, the both of y'all.
Why were we sitting together is all bad.
I noticed.
He got me in trouble. Like, he's reckless as shit. Anyway, so we dancing. You know the DJ was lit. We up here dancing. And the song drops. Anyone who knows me very well know what that song is. And that song that drops is Dreams and Nightmares, the intro by Meek Mills. That is my song, and anytime it comes on, I feel like I'm Meek.
It's a shame that my friends have videos of you rapping.
Literally, people have videos of me in multiple locations
over
the years, rapping this song drunk, sometimes better than the men. And this weekend was no different.
This isn't bad.
This song came on, and before I could even finish taking my sip, my cousin is waving a towel around like Petey Pablo and was like, "Get it." So one of the groomsmen looked and giggled like, "Oh, that's cute. She knows this song." And I was like, "All right, let me break it down." I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this. All of a sudden, the videographer with the bright light turns on me. And I really think I'm at a concert. Like, when I say I was rapping, because y'all know I know this song, I was rapping apparently so good that everybody on the dance floor then proceeded to make a semicircle and root me the fuck on. Like, yes, sis, go. After my debut, the groomsman came back and was like, "I just want to give you that. You my nigga. Like, you killed that shit." I was like, I know. That's kind of my shit.
That's what I do.
Deanna from Married at First Sight was there.
Oh.
I was on her Insta story.
Oh, shit.
It said, "I'm killing it." And I just need to release the fact that anytime that song comes on, no matter the location, I turn into a fucking rapper.
You turn into a rapper when that song comes on. When Pop That, Back That Ass Up, or Bands to Make Her Dance comes on.
Yes.
You know, that's my thing. We all have our things. It's okay.
We have our things, but like, it was a whole classy wedding. Even though he was dancing, I just like, even the white people like, yeah, it was classy as shit until the reception.
Oh, because that's
dancing.
I was about to say, your cousin, his Insta stories didn't look that classy.
I mean, yes, we were swag surfing.
I saw that. I saw niggas was making a karaoke night, and somebody asked your husband, like, "Oh, they had karaoke there?" He was like, "Nah, I was just on some nigga shit." Like,
literally at the wedding, listeners, my
bad.
husband, like, literally, the bridal party is sitting in one area. I'm across the dance floor on the other section at my table. They are playing Drew Hill. And me and my husband love Drew Hill. Sometimes when we go on long trips, we actually listen to the best of Drew Hill. Fun fact about Dice. Anyway, and so literally, I'm sure we listened to this song already on our ride down to North Carolina. And then they dropped Drew Hill. Beauty is her name. Beauty. I think it's just called Beauty. Anyway. And he proceeds to pick up his fork and starts singing to me, serenading me across the dance floor. And no one was dancing yet. We were still being pointed to tables on who's getting served food.
Y'all were still classy at this point.
Still classy at this point. But not my husband. He just came right on across and was singing and serenading me. And I'm like, oh, geez. And everyone's looking around like, what's happening? Is he about to propose? No, I'm already married to this one. He's just kind of crazy. But yeah, I don't know. Misa's like, who gave this man a mic? I was like, no.
Right. But what I saw, he had a mic. His friend jumped in and started
The DJ
singing.
ended up giving him one. It started with a fork, and then when he walked by, the DJ gave him the damn, because they were like, he is really singing. He's like not mouthing. Like at this point, he's singing the words. This isn't like lip syncing. Like he's like, let me sing to this woman across the room, and beauty is her name. And I'm like, all right, you already got me. We're married already. You win.
Got me.
You won 8 years ago. I'm in this bitch now. But yeah, definitely. So the bad is my hair and my looks releasing, me turning into a rapper. The good. I mean, I'm alive. Shit. Like, look.
We gotta have some more good in our lives.
No,
because it's been like every other week we just be like, I mean, I'm here.
It's a lot going on. Like literally the past 2 weeks have been crazy. I told you earlier about the whole sickness with my kids. Then we get to North Carolina. We're at the rehearsal dinner because, like I said, my husband was in the wedding, and super emotional. Like everyone's telling their feelings. Like. It was like we were in tears, like not just like, oh, that's super sweet. Like every time somebody got up and made a speech, like crying, like I was crying, like I was telling the bartender, like, yo, more drinks, like this is too emotional. So it was just a lot of crying, a lot of emotional stuff. And then in the midst of all of that, my husband finds out that his grandfather passed away, and his grandfather was like his male figure, like growing up. So super hard. There's more crying. So I'm just like, we need more liquor. It was rough. Like emotionally spent this weekend. Good and bad things. Then the kids, like I'm probably about to be sick. So I'm just happy to be here at this point because there's a lot of fucking shit going on. I'm tired. Sometimes I feel like I'm hanging on by a damn string, but the good is I'm still here. Still holding on to the string, I guess. Is that better? That sound more positive?
Actually, that made it worse, but it's cool.
Wait a minute! I thought that would make it good.
I should have just left it at you good. Because now it's like, oh, that sounds horrible.
I thought I put like a little bit of grated cheese on it to make it lit. Like that's real good now. Because like now I appreciate the fact that this is a good that you still here because you're going through so much. Okay. Yes. I got it, listeners. Anyway, we thank y'all for tuning in the fuck in. As always, we tell you guys to go ahead and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at the Chatty Patties. On our Instagram, we got a link tree. Has links to every freaking where we are streaming because we are everywhere. And it also has the link to our website that has embedded episodes, and you can listen to this any kind of way you want. We appreciate you guys every week for tuning in, and I guess we will chat to you guys next week.
Wait, you didn't say the thing you always say.
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a fucking friend. Y'all, I always think like, our loyal listeners, but it might be some new people out there and you might not know. What I need you to do every damn week is tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
So y'all be blessed.
Bye.
Oh, bye. Uh-oh. What we got?
Just so you know, be blessed is my favorite Dice line. And I say it so much now that my daughter literally said it to somebody on the phone and hung up.
Be blessed.
And hung up. And I was just like, ooh,
yes,
that dice. That dice. Even when she's far, she's near.
I'm here. I'm there in spirit, my love.
All right.
Our listeners, y'all be blessed.
Bye.
Bye.